So it seems like ESPN is not done with their layoffs after they just recently got rid of Mark Jackson, and he was actually shocked that he got laid off. And Stephen A. Smith had a reaction to Mark Jackson getting laid off, so I want you guys to take a listen to what he had to say. If you find this video informative, if you don't mind dropping a like, that would be highly appreciative. But go ahead and take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say.
My colleague at ESPN, Mark Jackson, was let go by the worldwide leader this week. I did not know this at the time that I was on the air Monday, last time I was on the air. Mark Jackson is a friend. I'm cool with Jeff Van Gundy as well, along with a plethora of others, obviously Jalen Rose and various others, but I'm from Hollis, Queens. Mark Jackson's from that Murdoch area. He played ball at O'Connell Park. I tried to play. He starred at St. John's. I tried to do something. He was the Rookie of the Year in the NBA. I wasn't gifted enough to make it to the NBA. Mark Jackson is a brilliant basketball mind, an accomplished player, an elite and cerebral point guard, and an even better man. I'm incredibly sad that he was let go. But I wasn't surprised once I started reading the reports, and I'm not saying that it had anything to do with it, but you had a lot of people that were saying when Jeff Van Gundy was let go, why isn't Mark Jackson like Mark Jackson can't stand on his own? Jeff Van Gundy can't stand on his own. Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson called plenty of games without one another throughout their careers at ESPN. So I believe in Mark Jackson. I believe he's an elite basketball analyst who definitely should land on his feet. But the reason I'm sad is because I'd be lying if I said I wasn't concerned as to whether or not he'd get the opportunity to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Jackson should have been a head basketball coach in the National Basketball Association for years now. He got let go by the Golden State Warriors. Steve Kerr comes in there, and he's done an outstanding job and has established himself as one of the top 5 coaches in the history of basketball. Steve Kerr is also somebody who inherited a foundation built by Mark Jackson. And for me, I've seen too many coaches in the National Basketball Association get second chances. Why hasn't that happened for Mark Jackson? Mark Jackson, as far as I'm concerned, should have been named the Knicks head coach when Mike D'Antoni got the job. He should have been named the Knicks head coach when Tom Thibodeau got the job, even though I like Thibodeau. It would have been nice to see him get the Milwaukee job instead of Adrian Griffin getting the job, even though I like Adrian Griffin. Billy Donovan won 2 national titles at Florida. He goes to Oklahoma City. Damn good coach, can't get it done, gets the job in Chicago. I'm seeing coaches in a lot of different places. And if they don't remain as coach, they get elevated. Brad Stevens, 7 years, fantastic coach in Boston, never able to get them to the finals. Ime Udoka got Boston to the finals after he got the job in year 1. Brad Stevens hired him. He's the president of basketball operations for the Boston Celtics. I see a plethora of people getting opportunities. But not my man, Mark Jackson. And I know he has his critics. And I know there are people that look at him and felt he should have did things differently. There's some people that don't like him. I know all of that. But even they would admit the likelihood of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson becoming what they became would not have happened if it were not for Mark Jackson. You would think, since they're 4-time champions, since they're 2 of the greatest shooters who have ever graced the sport, you would think that would warrant him getting another job. Yet somehow that hasn't been the case. That's really unfortunate. And I hope that changes.